And this is the opening match of freaking Super Show number 3, which I'm amazed we've only done 3 of these things. And welcome to the 3rd ever Super Show for Lone Wolf Wrestling. And this is the show where pretty much everybody from the Avengers is getting a title opportunity. And we're also going to be having some women's championship matches on the show as well. And we are kicking this show off with freaking the hardcore title match, where He-Man has defended his newly won hardcore title that he defeated Angela Winters for at Final Hunt 2. Against the Avengers Hulk. And later on in the night, Black Panther will be facing A.E. Omega for the the Intercontinental title. Captain America and Iron Man will be challenging for the tag titles, which was shockingly won by the Rednecks. Spider-Man will challenge Prince of Persia for the Junior Heavyweight title. And Wolverine will be challenging the Best Belt Machine, Kenny Omega, for the Global World title. It'll be Kenny's first defense of the title that is literally a brand new title that he won at Final Hunt 2 by defeating 3 other guys in that match. One of which was Kratos, who made his main roster debut in that match. It's still freaking crazy to me to this day. Just like I can imagine this match between these 2 big guys is gonna be freaking crazy. Especially since the last time Hulk challenged the hardcore title, it did not go very well for him. But now he's hoping to redeem himself. And He-Man is hoping to prove that his win for the hardcore title against Angelo, who's the longest reigning hardcore champion ever, by the way, freaking wasn't a fluke. And I don't doubt that it wasn't a fluke. By that, I doubt, you know what I mean. I doubt it was a fluke or anything. I never doubted it for a second. And He-Man freaking took everything that Angelo gave him and more, dished it out just as much. It's freaking, you get the idea. Just looking to see how He-Man handles having to face somebody who's just as strong as him, if not stronger. Especially if Hulk goes into World Breaker mode, then we're all going to be screwed. Unless you're Doomsday from that one death battle. Either way, this is Hulk's second opportunity to try and win the hardcore title and hopefully redeem himself from the last time. I had some papers right here to check and see if the Hulk was in this year's freaking Tournament of Glory this year. Because I know who's going to be in the tournament this year, except for one person. And looking at the freaking list here, Hulk is apparently not in this year's tournament, which is kind of surprising. I was going to say, if Hulk or He-Man was going to be in the tournament this year, they would have to every match would have been a title defense with that title. And this is going to be one hell of a way to start off this show. With He-Man defending the hardcore title in his first ever title defense. This will be interesting. And like I said, maybe Hulk can redeem himself from the last time he tried to challenge for this title. But who knows, we'll have to wait and see. And let's get this opening contest between these 2 big boys underway. Car number time start off. And Hulk with a headlock on He-Man into an armbar. And He-Man with a knee to the midsection of Hulk and a kick to the midsection as well. And He-Man tried to go for this weird submission to Hulk there. It's like a full Nelson, but it was like a double underhook. Almost like he was going to go for a pedigree or something. And now He-Man whooping Hulk. Well, he tried to go for something, but Hulk reversed it. A pair of kicks to the midsection. And he whoops He-Man in the corner. Watch out, ref. Now Hulk with an armbar on He-Man. Clothesline by Hulk, knocking down He-Man. Now Hulk picking He-Man back up. And now He-Man just haymakers and a clothesline knocking down Hulk. And now He-Man whipping Hulk in the corner again. And Hulk reversed it and the kick to the back of the leg. And He-Man flipping Hulk over. Back body drop by He-Man near the Hulk. And now He-Man whipping Hulk into the corner again. Tried to go for clothesline, but Hulk dodged it. And Hulk with a headlock on He-Man again. Whoops him in the corner. Running splash, but Hulk missed there, and Hulk now with just haymakers to He-Man, and kicked the midsection of He-Man that dazed him. Now Hulk just throwing He-Man across the ring, showing off his strength there. Now Hulk going to the outside, going for the first weapon of this Extreme Rules match, because hardcore title, hardcore rules. And He-Man is knocking Hulk down there, interrupting whenever try to go over there. And Hulk just responds with a clothesline and tilt-a-whirl slam by Hulk there to He-Man. Okay, who let that guy in the crowd bring a freaking guitar in here? Last I checked, Jeff Jarrett isn't in this company. And belly-to-back suplex there by Hulk to He-Man, by the way. And no countouts also as well, by the way, in these Extreme Rules matches. So these guys can brawl outside the ring for as long as they want. And Hulk getting sent into the steel steps by He-Man there. And He-Man pulled out a table. And Hulk pulling out a ladder. What is this, TLC match? And He-Man knocking the ladder out of Hulk's hand after nailing with the table, just repeatedly hitting him with the table there. Now He-Man putting the boots to Hulk and now an armbar on Hulk. Now He-Man with a clothesline knocking down Hulk there. Hulk just shoves him off. Calling up a tie between the two. Into an armbar. Now He-Man with another kick in the section of Hulk. And Hulk sending He-Man back in the ring. And Hulk just choking on He-Man while he was draped over the apron on the outside somewhat. Now Hulk going for a kendo stick apparently. Yep, He-Man interrupted him. And He-Man just beating the crap out of Hulk and just nailed him with that headbutt. And now He-Man trying to go for a weapon. Even though there's like a perfectly usable table and a ladder right there. And He-Man has a chair, which he just tossed right back down. It's like, this isn't my sword from my world. It's like, we already told you when we signed you to this company, He-Man, you're supposed to leave the sword where you came from. We don't need people getting hacked to pieces by somebody with a sword. And He-Man pulling out a trash can and trips up Hulk there. Oh God, already doing this on me. He-Man tearing apart my announce table. Hulk just picked up the trash can and just nailing He-Man with the trash can repeatedly. Hulk was just going ham with his trash can on He-Man. Oh, fun! He finally threw down the trash can. Oh God! And now Hulk just pressing He-Man into the power slam on the floor, and right here in front of me. And Hulk sending He-Man into my announce table. Oh, Jesus Christ. We had 2 table spots on the show when I was recording LWW Humble Episode 2. And now we're seriously doing this now. And Hulk with a DDT into my announce table to He-Man. First match of the show, by the way. And my table's already been destroyed. Thanks a lot, guys. And now they're just trading punches, and He-Man blocks a kick there. And He-Man with a freaking Gringo Killer, whatever the hell you want to call that. And Hulk just no-sells and just whips He-Man right into the barricade. Into a suplex. These two are legit, I swear, trying to kill each other. And Hulk sending He-Man right into that trash can. I almost thought he was going to go into the steps, and I think Hulk did too. And Hulk with the freaking Hulk smash on the floor right here in front of me, sorry. If only this was Falls Count Anywhere. And the shoulder tackle by Hulk to He-Man. And Hulk is sending He-Man back in the ring, which is the smart idea if he wants to get a pinfall and possibly win the Hardcore Championship, which would be Hulk's first ever championship in this company. And Hulk now entering the ring again with the trash can. And He-Man taking the trash can, and he nails Hulk with it. And a shot to the back of Hulk with the trash can. And another one. Just knocking him down the trash can there, does He-Man. And now He-Man going for the big swing. And he's just spinning repeatedly and just hurling Hulk across the ring. And now He-Man lifting up Hulk, nailing him with a backbreaker. And Hulk just shoves him off. Clothesline there by He-Man knocking down Hulk. And now He-Man going for a freaking camo clutch. He-Man's trying to win by submission, which is perfectly legal. If he gets Hulk to tap out, he would retain the hardcore title, and Hulk just powers out of it. And Hulk is hulking up. He's setting up for a bear hug, apparently. Trying to break He-Man's spine with his bear hug is Hulk. And He-Man is just holding on, and Hulk just throws him down like a sack of potatoes. And the Hulk with an armbar on He-Man, and He-Man reverses it into a shoulder tackle. And Hulk just shoving He-Man off. STO takedown there by Hulk to He-Man. And Hulk going for cover. 1, 2, and Hulk with the freaking pin! And the Hulk is the new hardcore champion! I did not expect that to happen. But Hulk finally wins the hardcore title, and he wins his first ever championship in this freaking grueling hardcore title match against He-Man. And the Avengers, for the first time since Captain America was Intercontinental Champion, finally have a title to their name after the freaking winning that 7v7 match with the Justice League. It was freaking crazy. And now Hulk freaking can call himself a champion for the first time ever. Just nuts, man. The next match is the first of the 3 women's matches on the show, where Black Canary has to defend her women's internet title against Serena King. Since Zelda gave up her shot at internet title when she won the opportunity for the world title. It's just gonna be crazy. And this is the women's internet title match. The Black Canary has to defend her championship against Serena King, the former women's champion. And this is going to be Canary's toughest test so far in her reign as the first ever women's internet champion. I don't know why it says TV, it's supposed to be internet, but whatever. I think consider like TV is pretty much done through the internet these days, kind of counts, so I guess it's fine. But like I said, Canary is in for probably her toughest challenge yet. She's facing not only a 3-time Asylum Wrestling Federation Women's Champion, shout out to the AWF, she's facing a former Lone Wolf Wrestling Women's Champion. Serena is no slouch, and after that match that she had with Tifa, she's eager to be holding a championship again. She's also a former internet champion for the women's division in the AWF as well. Serena has held quite a few titles in her career so far, and she's looking to add a new one to her long resume at the expense of freaking Black Canary, who had one hell of a match in freaking Final 2 against Black Widow for the internet title. And now Canary has to freaking try and figure out a way to beat Serena, who is one of the toughest girls I know. And when she wants something and she's determined to get it, good luck trying to beat her. That's all I have to say. Just ask Tifa how that worked out for her. Freaky. And all I have to say is, between these two, good luck, Canary. That's all I have to say. Because that girl right there is determined to win this match. And let's get this women's internet title match underway. And this will be the first of 3 times you'll be seeing this ring in the show. A Canary, with some offense to start off, she knows how of a dire situation she's in, because she's facing somebody who's held titles in the past, And Canary tried to go for a move there in the corner, but Zarina blocked her with a kick and nailed her with a DDT. And now Zarina had an armbar on her, but got reversed to a headlock by Canary, who just whipped Zarina in the corner. Just whiffed that shot there, but kicked her in the back there. I will still never understand how Canary is able to wrestle in high heels, but drop kick again by Black Canary. And now Canary with a headlock on Zarina, whipping Zarina. Tried to go for something, but Zarina reversed it into a chin breaker. And now Zarina would just kick and a slap there. Canary whipped her in the corner. Watch out, ref. And Zarina whipping Canary in the opposite side of the ring. Knees to the face of Canary there by Zarina. And now Zarina with a go behind on Canary into a headlock. And Canary reverses it. And Zarina shoves her off. Heel kick into a drop kick by Zarina there. The Canary. A headlock by Zarina. Whoops her in the corner. Watch out, ref. And knees to the face again of Canary by Zarina there. And now Zarina with an armbar on Canary. He reverses it and whoops her in the corner again. The ref is just doing laps around the ring. Monkey foot by Canary there. The ref is just trying to stay out of the way of these two girls where they're trying to beat the crap out of each other, and the ref keeps just running around the ring. And Zarina tried to go for something there. I don't know what that was about. That was just weird. And now Canary with a go behind on Zarina into the suplex. Front flip leg drop there by Canary to Zarina. Go behind by Zarina, Canary again. Russian leg sweep. And now Canary with an armbar on Zarina. And a keep the midsection. Yeah, and a go behind again. Suplex by Canary to Zarina again. Standing moonsault there by Canary to Zarina. It's offense like that why Canary was the first ever internet champion for the women's division, and how she managed to retain the title against Black Widow. But now Zarina is showing her why she's a former world champion. And dodged the kick there is Canary, just nailing her with a Hurricane Rana. A knee drop there by Canary to Zarina. And Zarina trips her up there. And Zarina with an armbar on Canary. Dragon screw Canary there by Zarina. And Zarina another kick in the midsection of Canary there. And Canary responding with one of her own and a punch. And Zarina reversed whatever Canary tried to go for into a headlock. And Canary reversed it, go behind, and a suplex to Zarina. Another knee drop there by Canary to Zarina. And Zarina with a knee in the midsection of Canary. Heel kick there by freaking Zarina. Canary. And Zarina dragging Black Canary from the ropes. And now Zarina has Canary up. Tried to go for the GTS, but Canary reversed it into a reverse DDT. Canary picking up Zarina. And now Canary with a DDT to Zarina. Going for cover. 1, 2, and Zarina kicked out. And now Canary with a twist of fate to Zarina there. Going for cover is Black Canary. 1, 2, and Black Canary gets the pin off the twist of fate on Zarina. I am genuinely kind of surprised that Canary actually managed to pull it off there. But that just tells you how much Black Canary really wanted to retain the title and win this match. And all it took was one twist of fate, and she managed to get the pin on Zarina, which is freaking huge for Canary. And now Canary has to look forward to whoever her next opponent is. But considering the fact that Canary just beat a multi-time former women's champion, I wish you luck whoever tries to take this internet title from Black Canary. I really freaking do. And next match is Omega defending his Intercontinental title against Black Panther. And it'll be Panther's biggest opportunity in the title in a long ass time. Freaking crazy. And once again, congrats on a huge win there by Black Canary. showing everybody that she is not one to be fucked with. And she's determined to hold on to that internet championship as long as she possibly can. Next is the Intercontinental title match for AA Omega has to defend his title against Black Panther as part of that whole thing where the entire Avengers team except for Thor got an opportunity for a championship after they won the 7v7 match with the Justice League. Still think it's weird how Thor said he didn't want a title opportunity because he was more concerned about trying to help the Viva La Pelusion take down the Unwashed. We all know how that turned out, unfortunately. Spoiler if you haven't seen that Final Night 2 show yet. And here comes the current Intercontinental Champion, AA Omega, who won a fatal 4-way match to win this belt. I believe it was a ladder match. Might have been an elimination match. I can't freaking remember. But this isn't the first time Omega's held the championship in this company, and it won't be the last, probably, knowing him. Now I have to freaking deal with him running around here with another title from this company, which is nothing freaking new. And he has to defend the title against the King of Wakanda, King Black Panther. The last time Panther challenged for a title, I think it was for like the Intergalactic title like months ago. I can't remember the last time Panther challenged for a title, if he ever did. Other than I think him and Kylo Ren randomly teamed up to challenge for the tag titles, I think that one time. Because I know that was a thing that happened a while back. And here comes Black Panther, who's hoping to win himself his first ever singles title. Which for the Avengers would be nice since they already have one title to their name right now, with Hulk winning the Hulk title earlier in the show. It would be nice for the Avengers to add another title to their freaking collection for their group. And I've been told that apparently Superman's been in isolation ever since the Justice League lost its 7v7 match. He's been pissed off. And the only people he's talking to is Flash and Green Lantern for some reason. He hasn't said anything to Batman, he hasn't said anything to Green Arrow, he hasn't seen anything to Aquaman, he hasn't said anything to Static Shock. So it's like, I don't know what the heck's going on in the Justice League now, but who the hell knows. And it's all thanks to the Avengers and you beating them in that match, which was freaking crazy. And I appreciate all those people who watched it, by the way. And there's the challenger, Black Panther. And there's the current champion who's hoping to retain the title, especially since this is his first defense of that title. The last thing Omega needs is if he can have another championship loss on his record this soon, especially after he lost the AWF title, Demonator, at Asylum Mania. Who knows? Knowing Omega, he's going to be determined not to lose that title. And let's get this Intercontinental title match under the way. And Colin will tie up the start up between the two. Sean's going to be happy about that. Now, Omega with an armbar on Black Panther flips him over. Kick to the back of freaking Panther there by Omega. Sorry. This is the first singles match Omega's had in a while, by the way. The last couple matches he's had was fatal 4-way matches. At least in this company, outside of AOT2. And Hurricane Runner again by Omega there. Now Omega with a headlock on Black Panther into a go behind. And Black Panther reverses it into a belly to back suplex. Heel kick there by Omega Panther. And Omega with a headlock on Black Panther just whips him in the corner. Clothesline knocking him down. Another kick there by Omega, which barely grazed him there. Now Omega whipping Black Panther into another Hurricane Rana. And Omega with an armbar on Black Panther again. And the Panther reverses it into a shoulder tackle. And another collar tie-up between the two. And a headlock by Omega on Black Panther. Whoops him in the corner. And now Omega with a DDT off the middle turnbuckle of Black Panther. Now Panther with a pair of elbows to the head of Omega there. And calling up a top again. These two have just been doing some wrestling shit. Omega with another headlock into a freaking neck breaker to Black Panther. Another kick to the lower back of Panther there by Omega. And now Omega whipping Panther into the ropes. Tilt to a backbreaker by Omega to Black Panther. And Panther just shoving him off. Another tilt to a backbreaker by Omega. And Panther just punches him off that time. Well, that's one way to take him down. There by Panther. And now Panther with an armbar on Omega. Sorry about that. Just slapped him in the back of the head there. That's disrespectful. And Omega flips him over there. And Omega with another kick to the lower back of Panther. Just waking that lower back. Omega just with a punch in the face of Panther there. Into a Russian leg sweep. And now Omega with a freaking... I'm trying to remember what it was called. Future Shock DDT. I had to think about it for a minute there, sorry. Not even a 1 count. Omega hit his signature Future Shock DDT and didn't even get a 1 count. That's just crazy. And Panther just punching Omega away from him when he tried to do something while he was on the apron there. And a headlock by Panther. And Omega knocking down Panther there. And Omega just whipping Panther back to the outside. And just tosses him back in the ring. And Omega whipping Panther back to the outside of the ring again. And Omega just freaking yanking Panther down off the apron. Oh god. And now Omega, with whatever the hell this is, freaking on the outside of the ring. And that was a kind of a questionable camera shot there, but I'm not going to say anything. And now Omega with a power bomb to freaking Panther on the outside of the ring. And my dog is trying to freaking eat the flies that are flying around the apartment right now. And whatever the hell that is again by Omega there. And now Omega's back in the ring with the refs up to count of 7. Omega's trying to win this match via count out. That ain't happening. And Omega's begging Panther freaking not to hurt him, trying to call a timeout, but Panther's like, nah, bitch. And Panther with an elbow to the top of the head of Omega there. And Panther with just a kick to the back of Omega. That's just a slap in the face there. And now Panther with a suplex to Omega. And Omega blocking when Panther not trying to go for there. And a hurricane run of the Black Panther by Omega. And Omega going for cover. 1, 2, and Panther kicked out. And misses the freaking heel kick there as Omega because Panther moved out of the way. Drop kick by Black Panther to Omega. And now Panther just wailing away to Omega there. Just sets him on the middle rope. And is just trying to choke him out. Again on the middle rope there. It's Panther. Now Panther picking up Omega. And trying to go for the walls of Wakanda. Trying to flip him over, and he does. That's in his version of the walls of Jericho. And knowing Omega, I highly doubt he's going to tap out. And he managed to get to the ropes. And cold breaker by freaking Panther to Omega. Panther dragging Omega away from the ropes. Going for cover. 1, 2, and Omega kicks out at 2. Almost 3 there. And Omega blocking the drop kick. And Panther with a neck break at Omega. And a stomp to the arm of Omega there by Black Panther. And now go for cover as Panther again. 1, only 1 count. And now Panther just punches and chopping another drop kick there to Omega. Panther, this is the worst time to be taunting. Or maybe not, I don't know. And Panther with a reverse DDT. Now he's just doing a jig. What the frick? Now Omega's back up and nailing the heel kick there. Omega going for cover. 1, 2, And the Panther kicked out at 2.5 or almost 3 there. And now Omega going for his tombstone pile driver that he likes to use. And he nails it, busting open Panther somehow. And Omega going for the cover. 1, 2, and Omega retains the Intercontinental title off the tombstone. It's usually all it takes, just one tombstone from Omega. That's usually how he wins if he doesn't win with the Future Shock. But Panther definitely brought it to Omega there. Honestly thought he was going to win after he hit the code breaker after being unable to make him tap out with the Walls of Wakanda. I figured once again Panther comes up short in yet another title match. Even though he freaking shows that he can wrestle, and he is pretty good at it and everything. He always comes up short. Usually because of his own fuck up. Because he just stood there taunting for freaking whatever reason. Either way, huge win for Omega there. Managing to retain his title in his first defense. And the next match is Prince of Persia defending the Junior Heavyweight title against Spider-Man. Never thought I'd see the day where Spider-Man actually managed to get a title opportunity, even though he freaking had to have help to get it. And this is the Junior Heavyweight Championship match where Spider-Man is helping him win his first championship, and in order to do that, he has to defeat the current champion Prince of Persia, who I still cannot believe was able to retain the title freaking the Final Hunt 2. I forget who it was that he faced for it. All I know is that freaking the fact that he's a champion right now is just crazy. And Prince of Persia is a former XC's champion in CIW as well. So this ain't the first time he's held a championship, but it is his first one in this company. And Persia, I know for a fact, is determined to hold on to this title as long as possible. And Spider-Man is hoping to add another title to the collection that the Avengers have started to build lately. Especially since Hulk won the Hardcore title earlier on the show. And Black Panther came up short when it came to the Intercontinental title. And still have the Captain America and Iron Man challenging for the tag titles in the match after this one. And then you have Wolverine challenging for the global title in the main event, which I'm looking forward to. And here comes the current challenger for the Junior Heavyweight title, freaking Spider-Man. And this is probably Spider-Man's biggest freaking match in his career. Spider-Man actually did pretty decent in that 7v7 match that the Avengers had with the Justice League. He did alright. If I remember quickly, I think he got an elimination, but I can't remember. And I know the last time he was in a 7v7 was when the Supremacy took on Team Magnation way back in the day. And freaking, I think he got like 1 or 2 eliminations, but I can't remember exactly. You have to go back and watch that video. And like I said, this is Spider-Man's biggest freaking match in his career so far since he showed up here. And Spider-Man wants to freaking walk out of this show tonight with a title the first time. That would be freaking nice for him. This is a challenger. Freaking my best attempt at making Spider-Man fourth wall break. And there's the current Junior Heavyweight Champion, freaking Prince of Persia. Persia had to beat V and I think multiple others in the ladder match to win that title a while back too. Like I said, Persia is determined to hold on to that title for as long as possible. And I believe this is like his first or second defense of the title. Either way. And let's get this one-on-one junior heavyweight title match underway. And Colin will tie between the two to start off. Sean's going to be loving that. And drop kick by Spider-Man. Heel kick by Spider-Man as well. And Spider-Man will go behind on Prince of Persia. And he whoops Prince of Persia in the corner. And Spider-Man whipping Prince of Persia in the other corner. And just a kick to the midsection there. And Persia just kicks him off. And one to the midsection of Spider-Man as well. And that's Prince of Persia with a flapjack to Spider-Man after whipping him in the ropes. And Persia just punching Spider-Man mid-drop kick. And Spider-Man blocking that punch and nailing that freaking jumping kick there. Twisting neck breaker by Prince of Persia. And now they're just trading punches and kicks there, these two. And Spider-Man with a front kick there to Prince of Persia after having kick blackness. Prince of Persia blocking the dropkick attempt and just nailing him with that kick to the head of Spider-Man there. And this is why these two are in the junior heavyweight division, because these two are agile, they are fast, and they love to use their kicks. And they love using their agility. Springboard by Prince of Persia, which he nails. And Spider-Man with a punch in the midsection of Prince of Persia there. Knees to the face of Persia there by Spider-Man. Spider-Man with an armbar on Prince of Persia. And Persia whipping him in the corner. Watch out, ref. And Prince of Persia will just try to do that whole 10 punches in the corner thing, but Spider-Man just pushed him off. And Spider-Man with an armbar on Prince of Persia. Just tripping him up there and just slamming him down in the ring. Twisting neck breaker again by Prince of Persia. Shooting star press by Prince of Persia as well. Spider-Man. And Spider-Man just shoves him off. And Prince of Persia with another flapjack to Spider-Man. An elbow drop to the back of Spider-Man as well. And Persia just with a punch to the face of Spider-Man and a go behind. And Spider-Man with a kick to the back of the leg of Prince of Persia just moves out of the way with a Spider-Man trying to go for there and a heel kick. And now Prince of Persia just slamming Spider-Man's head against his knee there. And now Persia tried to go for a cover, but Spider-Man's right back up. But Spider-Man versus what it was Persia tried to go for there until he go behind. And he whoops Prince of Persia in the corner. And Persia whipping Spider-Man in the corner. And backflip. And off the ropes of Spider-Man. Misses the clothesline of Persia. Running clothesline by Spider-Man. Freaking standing backflip there by Spider-Man. Don't cut for Spider-Man. One. Only a one count. And Prince of Persia just blocking the drop kick attempt again there and an elbow drop. And Prince of Persia whipping Spider-Man in the corner. Punch to the face. And Persia just looking at him. Clothesline knocking him down. Kick the midsection of Spider-Man there by Prince of Persia and whoops him in the corner again. And now Prince of Persia with the sands of time! This Spider-Man on the top turnbuckle. And now Persia go for cover off the sands of time. 1, 2, and Spider-Man kicks out. Enziguri by Prince of Persia. And Spider-Man just punches him off. A headlock by Spider-Man. And sets him against the ropes. Just whipped him to the outside of Spider-Man. Oh god, what is Spider-Man going for here? And figured Spider-Man with an apron DDT to Prince of Persia. Spider-Man, this is not the time to be taunting, especially if you want to win the title. And now Prince of Persia is back up. And now Persia with headlock. What in the fuck was that by Prince of Persia? Prince of Persia sending Spider-Man back in the ring. Elbow to the head of Spider-Man there by Prince of Persia. And now the ref's up to count of 5, but Persia's now back in the ring after running around the ring a bit there. And Spider-Man with headlock at Prince of Persia, and elbow to the head, and headlock again. And Spider-Man just punching him down. Going for a cover for Spider-Man. 1, only in 1 count. And Prince of Persia blocking a kick there into a dragon screw. Shooting star pressed by Prince of Persia there, sorry. And Prince of Persia with a freaking neck breaker to Spider-Man. And this Prince of Persia dragging Spider-Man from the ropes. Go for cover. 1, 2, and Spider-Man kicks out again. And the Spider-Man tripping up Prince of Persia. Leg snap there by Spider-Man. Spider-Man just running into Prince of Persia there. Another collar up tie up between the two. Prince of Persia with a headlock on Spider-Man. He's slamming his knee against his knee again. His face against his knee. You know what I mean. Go for cover. 1, 2, and Prince of Persia gets the win off of just slamming Spider-Man's face against his knee. I guess he must have knocked him out or gave him a concussion or something. I don't know. But Prince of Persia retaining the junior heavyweight title against Spider-Man. Honestly, I'm surprised he never tried to go for a 5-star Spider Splash or whatever. But anyway, Persia retains the title, and another member of the Avengers comes up short. Mostly because Spider-Man spent time taunting on the outside of the ring instead of actually just staying on top of it, but whatever. Hopefully in the next match, Captain America and Iron Man won't make the same mistake. Especially considering the fact it's the rednecks and they don't fuck around. And this is a tag team title match with the Rednecks, FTW, the two guys who somehow managed to beat Xavier and Xander King at freaking Final Hunt 2. They have to defend their tag team titles against Captain America and Iron Man. And I'm still not over the fact that these two somehow managed to beat Xavier and Xander. I hope Xander's doing alright though, since he got taken out by somebody. More than likely freaking either one of Jacob Cassidy's freaking goons or freaking one of the unwashed, I don't know. But either way, we haven't heard an update on Xander from Xavier since the incident happened. And I highly doubt that they're gonna be trying to get their tag team titles back at the time being. Especially in Xavier's case, as he's more concerned about getting payback against whoever it is that took out his brother. And here comes Captain America and Iron Man of the Avengers. Iron Man put in a lot of freaking work in that freaking elimination tag match. And Iron Man, only reason why he freaking got eliminated is because he got himself counted out, even though it was supposed to be any countouts or anything, but you know. And Captain America, I think he got pinned or something during that match. But he still managed to win, thanks to Wolverine and Thor. And now these two are challenging for the tag team titles. So it'll be interesting if these two freaking hotheads can work together to win themselves tag team gold for the first time. Which would be something, even if they manage to pull that off. But I wish them luck with that, because the Rednecks are one of the toughest tag teams in the company and one of the hardest ones to beat. That's why they're freaking multi-time tag champions. And that's why they're one of the best tag teams in the company. And let's get this tag title match underway. And Captain America immediately on the offensive just punches, looking at Jay there, and just a hurricane run by Captain America Jay. Jesus Christ, Captain America. Cap freaking was coming out hot out of the gate. He knew it wasn't freaking any room to be playing around, and Jay blocking that punch, just a huge boot to the face of freaking Captain America. And a continental tie between the two, and Jay with a freaking armbar on Captain America whips him into a knee in the midsection, and then just punching the back of his head and slamming him face first against the ring. And now Jay with a headlock on Captain America just slams him down onto his knee with a gutbuster and misses that elbow drop. And go behind by Jay on Captain America and lifts him up and just slams him down on his knee. And now Jay just another punch at Captain America. He just reverses whatever Jay tried to go for there with a suplex. Shoulder tackle by Jay to Captain America. And kicked the midsection by Captain America. Jay there into a headlock. And Jay reverses whatever Cap tried to go for there into an elbow to the face. And now Captain America with an armbar on Jay. Into an arm drag. Almost like a suplex. And Jay does a punch in the midsection of Captain America again. And a go behind by Jay. Into a suplex of his own. And Jay tags in Zeke. And Captain America faking runs over and tags in Iron Man. And now Iron Man with a headlock on Zeke. Whoops him in the corner. And Iron Man with a suplex to Zeke. Just dumping the big guy in the back of his head. And just punches knocking him down as well. And Jay breaking up whatever Iron Man tried to go over there into a headlock. And knee in the midsection Zeke by Iron Man. And he go behind. Suplex by Iron Man to Zeke. And now Iron Man tried to go for something there, but Zeke reversed it into a drop toe hold. And Zeke picking up Iron Man now. And now Zeke with an arm drag there, Iron Man. Go behind by Zeke. And Zeke just whipping Iron Man in the corner. And Zeke with a freaking suplex Iron Man. Reverse neckbreaker, DDT, I don't know what the hell that was there. And Zeke has just been all over Iron Man. Another suplex to Iron Man there by Zeke. And now Zeke with a headlock on Iron Man. Captain America is helping out his partner there. And Iron Man whipping Zeke in the corner. Reverse DDT by Iron Man to Zeke. And Zeke dodging whenever Iron Man tried to go over there and a clothesline knocking him down. And tags in Jay does Zeke. Now it's Jay with a headlock on Iron Man. Whoops him in the corner again. And tags in Zeke does Jay. And off ropes. Drop toe hold and magnation elbow by Zeke to Jay. Iron Man, sorry. And Zeke just wiping out Captain America there. And Zeke just nailing Iron Man in the back there, knocking him down. Now Zeke with an armbar on Iron Man. And a shot to the arm of Iron Man, or the shoulder. And now Zeke whipping Iron Man in the corner again. And tags in his brother Jay again. And off the ropes. Drop toe hold again and another magnation elbow. And now Jay just punching the back of Iron Man's helmet. And now Jay with a neck breaker to freaking Iron Man. Going for cover is Jay. One. Only a one count. Iron Man kicked out. And Zeke took out freaking Captain America. And Jay with just a huge clothesline Iron Man there. And Zeke getting tossed in the ring by Captain America. Going for cover is Jay again. One. And Iron Man kicks out again. DDT by Iron Man to Jay. And Iron Man tags in Captain America finally. Jay just with that punch to Captain America there. And now Captain America with just a pair of punches to Jay in a headlock. Whoops him in the ropes. Arm drag by Captain America. Whatever the hell that was. And Jay with just a punch to the midsection of Captain America there again. And Jay whipping Captain America in the corner. And Captain America puts him in the corner. Kick to Jay there by Captain America. And now Captain America flipping him over. And leaping freaking downward fist there to Jay. DDT by Jay to Captain America. And Jay tags in Zeke again. And Captain America would go behind on Zeke into an armbar. And Captain America would just a body slam to Zeke. And now Captain America just repeated punches to Zeke there in a headlock again. Flips him over. And an elbow to the back of the head. Top of the head, 1 and 2. And Captain America with a pair of boots to Zeke and that weird knee drop. And now headlock again, and Zeke just trips him up. And now Captain America just more punches, and Zeke blocked that one. And clothesline by the big guy, knocking him down. Luther is pressed by Captain America, just punching the shit out of freaking Zeke there. Now Captain America dragging Zeke away from the ropes. Oh god. And now Captain America going for his version of the "you can't see me" like John Cena likes to use. And he nails it. And now Captain America going for cover. 1, 2, and Zeke kicks out. And Captain America whipping Zeke to the outside. And now Captain America going for Stars and Stripes pile driver they used to use on the outside for reasons. I don't know why he couldn't have done that in the ring, but who knows. And Zeke just blocking that punch there in an arm bar. And Captain America by Zeke. And Captain America reverses into a shoulder tackle. Up to a count of 5. Well, Captain America's back in the ring. Up to a count of 6. And Iron Man is beating up Zeke. Just whips him back in the ring. Elbow drop to the back of Zeke there by Captain America. An armbar by Captain America. Whips him in the ropes. Drop to hold by Captain America Zeke. Don't for covers Captain America. 1, 2, and Jay breaks it up with an elbow drop. And Jay whipping Captain America in the corner. And a clothesline by Zeke to Captain America there. Another clothesline there by Zeke knocking down Captain America. And Zeke whipping Captain America in the corner. And another clothesline by Zeke to Captain America. And now Zeke freaking just reaching for an apple or something. I don't know what that's about, but... And now Captain America with a suplex into an arm drag freaking Zeke. And now Captain America's going to the outside of the ring for reasons. And he's going... I don't know what he was doing there. I think he was trying to go for Jay or something, but I don't know. And Jay's sending Captain America back in the ring. And Zeke with his kick to the groin into a midsection of Captain America and drags him away from the ropes. And now Zeke whipping Captain America in the corner again. And now Zeke just tossing his brother at Captain America there with a crossbody. And Captain America just right back up. Elbow to the face of Captain America there by Jay. And Captain America whipping Jay in the corner. And Jay putting Captain America in the corner. And now Jay just grinding his foot against Captain America's throat. And an elbow drop to the chest of Captain America there by Jay. And now Captain America is back up. Clothesline by Captain America. And now Captain America with a pair of punches and a go behind into a headlock. Shoulder tackle by Captain America. And another one to Jay, knocking him down. Weird powerbomb or whatever the hell that is by Captain America. Going for covers Captain America. 1, 2, and Jay kicks out. And Jay blocking that punch there and an armbar by Jay into a go behind. And just a slap to the back of the head of Captain America by Jay in a headlock. And a huge boot to Captain America again there. Going for cover is Jay on Captain America, and his foot was by the ropes here. There's more punches by Jay. And Captain America reverses whatever Jay tried to go for that into a Russian leg sweep. And the crowd is chanting for Captain America. And now Captain America with the Stars and Stripes pile driver in the ring finally. That time to Jay. And Iron Man takes out Zeke. Going for the covers Captain America. 1, 2, and Captain America and Iron Man win the tag team titles. Freaking Christ, I was not expecting that. But the Avengers freaking now hold the tag titles, and Captain Iron Man finally can say he has a title to his name in this company. And Captain America freaking with a pin on Jay. Just crazy. But freaking the Avengers bring home another title. In this case, it's a tag team championships. Like a huge win for the Avengers. And huge ups to Captain America freaking especially. Because he took a lot of freaking abuse in this match. And these two are the two of the happiest mother effers in the company right now. Because they are holding tag team gold. While we're on the top, they're still doing tag teams. The next match is the tag team title match for the women's division. Where Samus and Peach are hoping to win the titles from Pinky and AJ. And I wish them luck with that. And this is the women's tag team title match. Where Pinky and AJ are defending the titles against the number one contenders and Samus and Peach from the Nintendo gals. And the only reason why Samus and Peach have this opportunity is because them and Sam and Zelda were managed to able to beat these two in Black Canary in the 6-woman tag match that happened a while back before Final Hunt 2. And the GM was like, you two have a title opportunity against whoever wins a women's tag team title match at Final Hunt 2. And Samus and Peach have been looking forward to this for a while. Because they want to bring home freaking these tag titles to their group. And it'd be the first time either one of them had a title before. Meanwhile, their friend Zelda is going to be competing for the women's world title in the match after this one. Since she had an opportunity in her title, but she gave that up when she got the opportunity to challenge for the women's title, which is held by Dawn at the moment. And Pinky and AJ just looking to retain their titles once again and continue the long reign as the only ones who have ever held those tag titles they're holding right now. And considering the fact that in the recent match that just happened between Captain America, Iron Man, and the Rednecks, that freaking the Avengers managed to win that match, I am freaking have my doubts on whether or not Pinky and AJ will retain these titles, but who the hell knows. I haven't really seen Samus and Peach compete together as a tag team, so it's one of those you have to wait and see kind of situations. You see how good of a team these two work together as. We're gonna wait and see. And like I said, this is the biggest opportunity for Samus and Peach. Especially since their friend is competing for the women's title after this. And it would be nice for them to have all the gold in the women's division besides the internet title, which is currently held by freaking Black Canary still. And let's get this women's tag title match underway. And Pinky and Samus immediately start off with a collar and elbow tie-up. And Pinky with a headlock on Samus. Hurricane by Pinky. And now Pinky with an armbar on Samus into an arm breaker. Or an armbar, one of the two. Now Pinky whipping Samus in the corner. And tags in AJ. And off the ropes to Samus. Double arm drag by both of them. And a kick to the front and back of Samus. Hopefully this time Pinky won't freaking be breaking the laws of physics. And AJ missing that boot. And a spine buster by AJ to Samus. And now AJ with a body slam to Samus as well. Samus with just a punch to the midsection of Applejack there. And Samus with a huge arm drag there to AJ. And Samus is running over and tagging in Peach. Go behind by Peach on AJ. Into a neck breaker. And now Peach with a slap to the face of AJ. That's disrespectful. Knee in the midsection of Peach by AJ. And Peach with a springboard crossbody there to AJ. Haven't really seen Peach wrestle that much. I think she's had like 1 or 2 singles matches, and she had that 6-woman tag match with Zelda and Samus before. And this is like the first time her and Samus have teamed up as a tag team. I think. I might be wrong. Another hurricanrana by Peach to AJ. Samus is hyped, and a front flip neck breaker by neck snap there by Peach's AJ, and just freaking yanking on AJ's leg is Peach. And AJ Black the kick there trips her up. And now AJ whipping Peach into the corner, and tags and Pinky does AJ. And off the ropes, drop toe hold, and magnation elbow to the back of Samus. Peach. Why do I keep calling her Samus? And Pinky just takes out Samus, and Peach wipes out AJ. And now Pinky's focusing on Peach. And Peach is kicking Pinky, knocking her down. Peach with a suplex of Pinky. AJ inadvertently hitting her cousin there, but saved her at the same time. Russian leg sweep by Pinky to Peach. Clothesline by Peach there to Pinky. And Pinky whipping Peach in the ropes. And Pinky with an armbar on Peach. Whoops her into... Nope, Peach reverses into a belly-to-belly suplex. And a Pinky flips Peach over there. And Peach with just a punch in the midsection of Pinky there. A clothesline knock here in the corner. And now sets her on the top turnbuckle, this Peach. Oh, Jesus. And now Peach with a hurricane run of the Pinky from the top turnbuckle. And Peach doing that weird hurricane run over there with just the one leg. And Peach with a front flip neck snap. Again, the Pinky this time. And now Peach with an armbar and Pinky. And Pinky gets out of it. Arm drag to Peach. Clothesline by Peach, knocking down Pinky there. A kick to the midsection of Pinky. More kicks by Peach to Pinky. And weird thrust there. And DDT by Peach to Pinky there. And Samus is hyped in the corner. And Pinky's back up. Now she's getting crazy. Or not. And Peach with a curb stomp to freaking Pinky there. Or a Goomba stomp. And Samus takes out AJ. Going for cover is Peach. 1, 2, and Pinky kicks out. Oh God. And Peach with a freaking Canadian Destroyer there. Or Mushroom Kingdom Destroyer. Freaking Pinky. And AJ breaks up that pin attempt. And Peach will go behind her Pinky. And Pinky with an elbow and chin breaker to Peach. And Pinky tags in AJ. And Peach tags in Samus. And AJ would go behind on Samus. Suplex Samus by AJ. And Samus shoving AJ off. DDT by AJ there. And AJ just punching the crap out of Samus' head there. And now AJ just a pair of punches to Samus there. Knee to the midsection of AJ by Samus. And Samus with a German suplex to AJ. And what the heck is Samus doing? And now Samus with more punches and a chop and a drop kick there to AJ. And AJ versus whatever Samus tried to go for there. And a shot to the back of Samus. And Samus does the same thing, but a kick to the back of the leg. And a drop kick to the back of AJ. There by Samus. I think Samus wants to keep tagging in Peach, but she keeps walking away from the corner. When she tries to. A boot to the face of AJ by Samus. That time she finally tags her in. Clothesline knocking down Peach by AJ. And another one. Tilt-a-whirl slam there by AJ to Peach. Oh God. Springboard by AJ, which she actually nailed, surprisingly. Now AJ with a neck breaker to Peach. Going for covers, AJ. 1, 2, and Peach kicked out. And Pinky was still in the ring, and AJ with a freaking powerbomb to Peach. And AJ dragging Peach from the ropes. AJ going for cover off the powerbomb. 1, 2, and Samus broke up the pin attempt. And AJ getting tripped up by Peach there. And Peach going for cover on AJ. Not even a 1 count, unsurprisingly. AJ would go behind on Peach. And just a slap to the back of her head. Clothesline by Peach to AJ. And Samus wants a hot tag. And Samus is tagged in by Peach. And Samus unsurprisingly fucked up the hot tag. Why am I not surprised? And AJ with a headlock on Samus. Elbow to the face. AJ almost punched your cousin there again. And Samus just accidentally... Whoops! AJ just accidentally wiped out her cousin after she got hit by Samus there. Miscommunication there, AJ, and a big boot to Samus. Knee to the face of Samus there too by AJ. And AJ with a headlock on Samus and a boot to the face of Samus there again. Another knee to the face of Samus as well. Samus blocking whenever Adrian tried to go for there. A clothesline by Samus knocking her down. And another one. Body slam there by Samus to Adrian. And now Samus just slamming AJ's back of her head against her knee. And Peach takes out Pinky. And Samus going for cover on AJ. And Pinky breaks up the pin attempt. Now they're just trading punches. AJ with another boot to the face of Samus there after freaking repeated punches. Another knee to the face. And AJ tags in Pinky. And now Pinky with a headlock on Samus into an armbar. Whatever the hell that was by Pinky there to Samus. And there's the stomp to the arm of Samus there by Pinky. And a standing back flip. And a Pinky with a headlock into an armbar and another headlock there on Samus. And a Hurricane Runner. Hurricane Runner again by Pinky to Samus there. Oh jeez, and now Pinky springboard, which she nailed. Another Hurricane Runner by Pinky. Now she's just starting to go crazy, like she usually does. Another Hurricane Runner. Just Pinky just going crazy here. Spear by Pinky to Samus. Overcovers Pinky off the spear. 1, 2, and Pinky gets the pin on Samus. And the Rainbooms retain their tag titles once again. And Peach was late with trying to break up that pin attempt. Though helps that Pinky was smart and she actually made sure to go for the pin as far away from Peach's and Samus' side of the ring as possible. But the Rainbooms once again retain their titles. And freaking with another win over a pretty strong team in the case of Samus and Peach. And AJ and Pinky's reign as their first tag team champions of the women's division continues. Now hopefully in the time gals will have to freaking hope that the leader Zelda manages to somehow beat Dawn for the undisputed women's title. But I wish Zelda luck with that because Dawn is no slouch. That's for freaking sure. And this is the undisputed women's championship match where Dawn is defending her title for the first time against Princess Zelda, of all people. And we still haven't heard from Sonya Blade if she wants to have a rematch for this title, considering the fact that, she is kind of owed it as well since she was the last Queen of Wolves champion. We have still waiting to hear on that. In the meanwhile, we have freaking Dawn here. We have the winning the title against Sonya at Final Hunt 2. It's defended against Zelda, who's been on the insane run of luck lately. And literally in this case, normally Dawn would have been the underdog, but in this case, it's freaking Zelda who's the underdog of all people. And it's just hard to believe that Zelda is challenging Dawn for the title. And this title is a unified title between the Queen of Wolves and Queen of New Gen championships when we unified the two rosters in the single roster. That's the reason why this title exists. But those who held the New Gen and Queen of Wolves championships in the past are still counted as former champions. But this is a whole new championship, and Dawn was the first one to hold it. And she's hoping to hold on to this title for quite a while. Meanwhile, you have Zelda, who's hoping to win the title, take it from her, and end her reign short. And Zelda had an opportunity to challenge Black Canary for the Internet title, but when she won an opportunity for this, she gave that up to whoever won between Tifa and Zarina during their match, and Zarina ended up winning that, and we all know how that turned out from earlier on in the show. And I know this much, if freaking Zelda does somehow manage to win the title in this match, my friend Joe is going to lose his freaking mind. And I did not blame him, since the Nintendo Gals hasn't exactly been on the best streak of luck lately, except for maybe Zelda. This is Zelda's probably one and only time she's ever going to get a shot at the title. Probably in the near future. So, if I was you, Zelda, I would make the best of this opportunity. And I would, try to win. But, that's just me. And there's the two girls that are competing for this title. And there's the belt that they're competing for. Probably one of the nicest looking belts in the whole company. And let's get this women's title match underway between these two. And Zelda immediately with the code breaker to Dawn. And now Zelda dragging Dawn away from the ropes. Going for cover is already Zelda, and not even a 1 count. And kick the midsection of Dawn there by Zelda. And Dawn whipping Zelda in the corner, whiffing the clothesline, and Zelda with an elbow to the face of Dawn there. Atomic drop by Dawn. Neck breaker by Dawn to Zelda. And Zelda blocking the drop kick there. And now Dawn's back up. Forearm to the face by Dawn. Atomic drop as well as Zelda. And Dawn with the body slam to Zelda as well. Dawn with headlock and a chop to the chest of Zelda there, knocking her down. And Zelda reversing the DDT attempt into a DDT of her own to Dawn. And now Zelda setting up for Skyward Sword just like Link does. Or just a forearm to the face. Zelda, now is not the time to be taunting. Now Dawn's back up. And now Zelda has Dawn up for the Skyward Sword to Dawn. Over cover. 1, 2, and Zelda is the new women's champion. And freaking quick as hell fashion too, but Jesus Christ. Freaking Zelda wins the freaking women's title over Dawn with a freaking boyfriend, friend, freaking finisher, the Skyward Sword. I don't know freaking what their relationship is at this point. It's freaking complicated. But Zelda is the new women's champion, and my friend Joseph is going to lose his fucking mind when he sees this after I finally uploaded it in, freaking, because I am late as all hell with this. But holy freaking crap. Zelda is the new freaking women's champion of the main roster. Well, the women's division, but you know what I mean. Freaking, who would have thought? Who would have fucking thought that this was that this would happen? And now we know who's gonna be facing freaking, Sonya, if she ever decides to use a rematch clause. And Lord knows once Dawn comes to, she's probably gonna be wanting a rematch as well. Freaking, congrats to Zelda on the huge freaking win there. And the next match is a main event of the show where Kenny Omega defends his global title against Wolverine. That match is going to get crazy. Hopefully Wolverine doesn't kill anybody. And this is the main event of this freaking Super Show. Kenny Omega defending his global championship against freaking Wolverine. And this will be Kenny's first title defense of this second world title. And I know for a fact that Kenny wants to make sure that this title is as prestigious as the world title. I was just considering the fact, like I said, this is supposed to be like the company's second world title. And that's the reason why Kenny was the first one to hold this title, because not only was he determined to win himself a world title in this company, he also wanted to freaking be the one to represent the freaking company, since this is a title supposed to represent the entire freaking multiverse in the world. And who better than freaking Kenny Omega to be representing the title? As the first champion. And I know for a fact that Kenny's freaking working his ass off to hold on to this title for as long as possible, and to make this title as prestigious as possible, considering the fact that, like I said, this is a brand new title that we literally introduced at Final Hunt 2. Kenny had to beat 3 other guys to win this title. And he ain't letting that belt go for a while. I know that for a fact. Especially considering the fact that Kenny's the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion. At least he was in AEW at one point. And here comes freaking Wolverine, the last member of the Avengers team, and he was one of the last 2 in that match, 7v7 match, along with Thor. Which is why Wolverine is getting this title opportunity, because he was one of the last 2. And since Thor didn't want it, I'm surprised Deadpool isn't coming out here with Wolverine, but I guess Wolverine must have threatened to kill him again or something. You know, can't kill Deadpool unless certain things happen. I don't know. But I freaking haven't seen that comic where he actually finally dies. But I've seen it. I haven't read it yet. Either way, Wolverine's hoping freaking to win himself a top championship. Because ever since he came back, thanks to Deadpool bringing him back, Wolverine hasn't really done dick. They had that brief tag team run, and then Wolverine disappeared for like a while. But, either way, Wolverine's hoping to win himself his first championship. And since this is probably his biggest opportunity he's ever had in his short career in this company. And there's the challenger, freaking Wolverine. And there's the current global champion, the best bout machine, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, IRL, fourth wall break, Kenny freaking Omega. And this match is going to be freaking crazy. I know that for a fact. That's why it's the main event. And because we decided to get Creative Vacation to celebrate the fact that he won the world title at Final 2 for Cassidy. And let's get this global title main event match underway. And Kenny Omega immediately with a drop kick to Wolverine. And Kenny whipping Wolverine in the corner. Wolverine blocking a kick there. Kenny nailing an enziguri. And now Khan able to tie up between the two. Sean's going to be loving this. Into an armbar by Wolverine, into a headlock. And Wolverine flips him over. Elbow to the top of the head. Knee drop there by Wolverine to Kenny. Now Wolverine with a headlock into a Russian leg sweep. Now Kenny picking up Wolverine. And Wolverine blocking the drop kick there. And now Wolverine just pay more punches there to Kenny and knocking him in the corner. Wolverine with a diamond cutter. And Kenny just right back up. Just no-sells a diamond cutter. And Kenny with a knee in the midsection of Wolverine. And a kick to midsection. Wolverine blocking that punch there. And the go behind by Wolverine into another headlock. And Wolverine with a neck breaker to Kenny Omega. Another knee drop attempt by Wolverine, but he missed it. And Kenny with a kick midsection and a drop kick there. Wolverine. And Kenny whooping Wolverine in the ropes. Backbreaker into a neckbreaker by Kenny Omega to Wolverine. Now Kenny with a go behind. And Kenny whipping Wolverine. Wolverine reversed it. And freaking into a chin breaker to Kenny there. And Kenny just kicks him off. Another backbreaker into a neckbreaker by Kenny Omega to Wolverine. Now Kenny with an armbar on Wolverine. There's the rake to the eyes of Wolverine there by Kenny. Kenny with just forearms and a trio of kicks at Wolverine, and Wolverine just kicks him off. And Kenny with a dragon screw to Wolverine after he blocked the kick attempt there. Shooting star press by Kenny Omega, which I doubt he can do anymore these days. And then Wolverine with another dragon screw after he blocked the kick attempt by Kenny there. And the Wolverine just choking out Kenny Omega. And Kenny just punching Wolverine off of him. And now Wolverine blocking that punch from Kenny there. And Kenny Omega just tripping him up there. And Wolverine just punches him off there. And the Wolverine headlock on Kenny. And there's a punch to the eye, a rake to the eyes there. An armbar by Wolverine. And that strike just knocking down Kenny. Just kicks him off again. Freaking single leg drop kick much there by Kenny. And now Kenny going to the outside, going to my announce table. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hasn't my announce table been destroyed enough lately? And now Wolverine blocked the punch from Kenny. And now an armbar. And a shot to the arm of Kenny by Wolverine. Kicked the midsection of Kenny by Wolverine there too. And Wolverine sending Wolverine back in the ring. And Kenny with an elbow to the head of Wolverine there. Now Kenny's back in the ring with Wolverine. And Kenny just sending Wolverine back to the outside. And just kicking him off the apron there. And Wolverine is sending Kenny Omega back in the ring. And now Kenny's going to the outside. You just make up your mind what you want to do. And now they're both back in the ring. And Wolverine with the go behind on Kenny. Russian leg sweep. And now Wolverine just choking out Kenny Omega again. Now Wolverine with a freaking glam slam, thinking whatever he wants to call it. And now Wolverine go for cover on Kenny. 1, 2, and Kenny kicks out. Wolverine just a punch to Kenny Omega there, and an armbar by Kenny. And Kenny whipping Wolverine back to the outside. And Wolverine just moving out of the way there while Kenny tried to kick him off the apron. Now Wolverine just running around the arena. And now they're both back in the ring. And Kenny just sending Wolverine back to the outside of the ring. Oh God. And now Kenny with a sunset flip powerbomb to Wolverine on the outside of the ring. And Wolverine just sending Kenny Omega back in the ring. So I think Kenny keeps trying to grab Wolverine so he can set him against my table, but I don't know. Oh God, now Wolverine's setting up with a Weapon X. And he nails it to Kenny. Delva covers Wolverine. 1, 2, and Kenny kicks out after getting nailed with a Weapon X. And Kenny tried to go for the one-winged angel, but freaking Wolverine reversed into a neck breaker. And now Wolverine with submission, but freaking Kenny's foot was by the ropes. And now the crowd is chanting for Kenny, and Kenny's hearing it, and he's just reversing what Wolverine tried to go for there with a shoulder tackle. Springboard by Kenny, and nails the knee to the face of Wolverine there. And just slams his arm against the ring. Most useless move in wrestling. Elbow drop by Kenny. Wolverine was a punch in the midsection of Kenny there. And headlock by Wolverine. And Kenny reversed whatever Wolverine tried to go for there with a suplex again. Shooting star press by Kenny to Wolverine there. And Wolverine shoving Kenny off, kicks him in the corner. And now Wolverine just repeated body shots. And now Wolverine just scraping his boot against freaking Kenny Omega's face there. And drags him from the ropes. And now Kenny's back up. Black hole slam by Wolverine and Kenny there. And these two are still just beating the living shit out of each other, especially Wolverine. He's whipping Kenny in the corner. And Kenny moved out of the way. Wolverine tried to go for there, just took out the referee. And this AJ Styles, the fuck's he doing out here? And Kenny just cracking Wolverine over the head of the chair that AJ tossed to Kenny for whatever reason. Even though I thought these two were supposed to freaking hate each other. And Kenny with the pin. And Kenny just pinned Wolverine, retaining the global championship. What the fuck are you doing out here, AJ? Freaking what the freaking Christ, man. And there's Kenny, who's still celebrating after just won, even though he had assistance from AJ. There's Cassidy, who just cracked Kenny in the face with the freaking global title. And now I see why the freaking hell AJ helped Kenny. And then, oh jeez, this is the freaking rest of the freaking reckoning. And now they're just putting the boots to Kenny. It's clear as day that Jacob Cassidy, instead of trying to get his rematch for the world title like Credo, it's like, I guess he wants to challenge Kenny for the global title. And he's just beating the shit out of Kenny with a steel chair. Freaking these Reckoning douchebags, I swear. Freaking Christ. Ah, jeez. And Cassidy's still in the ring while AJ and Kevin Steen freaking fucked off. Oh, God. And now, freaking Cassidy, he's gonna try and break Kenny's ankle. What the frick? There's Xavier! Who freaking has been pissed off since Xander got taken out, has been in the hospital since Final Round 2. And Xavier's beelining it to the ring to get some payback against Cassidy. Kick his punk ass, Xavier! And Xavier was throwing Cassidy's bitch ass out of the ring. Get fucked, Cassidy. Freaking asshole.